Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg ended on Thursday in Manila, his second and final testimony before the U.S. House of Representatives Energy and Commerce Committee. This is in relation to the Cambridge Analytica (CA) data scandal which broke out in the open sometime in March of this year. What really happened in this Facebook data breach? What can the government regulators do about this? Cambridge Analytica's welcome page, https://cambridgeanalytica.org, clearly states its basic business postulate: data drives all we do. Cambridge Analytica uses data to change audience behavior. Visit our commercial or political divisions to see how we can help you. In their data-driven marketing service, CA measurably improved their clients' marketing effectiveness by changing consumer behavior. On the political side, CA's data-driven campaigns promise to achieve greater influence on the voters while lowering the overall costs of campaigning. CA lists the following politicians as clients: President Donald Trump, Texas Sen. Ted Cruz, Dr. Ben Carson, National Security Advisor John Bolton, and North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, among others. As far as results are concerned, CA boasts, our streamlined, data-driven, end-to-end solution was rooted in science and consistently innovative. Cambridge Analytica's work on the Trump campaign is a clear example of how data-driven marketing techniques can change behavior in target populations. Global science research. All the seeming blame, based on media reports, were heaped on CA. However, a close scrutiny of the timeline of events revealed that a research company, Global Science Research (GSR), was contracted by CA way back in 2014 to provide them with some data concerning some 30 million U.S. citizens. GSR, in turn, obtained Facebook data via an API, which was also provided by Facebook. API stands for Application Programming Interface, which is too technical to be discussed here. It was said that GSR obtained these data illegally, meaning without the consent of the users themselves. CA claims that when it subsequently became clear that the data had not been obtained by GSR in line with Facebook's terms of service, CA, deleted all data that they received from GSR. A researcher, Alexander Kogan, with the allowance of Facebook, gathered basic profile information of Facebook users along with what they chose to like. About 300,000 Facebook users, most or all of whom were paid a small amount, downloaded Kogan's app, called This Is Your Digital Life, which presented them with a series of surveys. Zuckerberg said Kogan lied to them by saying he was gathering the data for research purposes, and violated the company's policies by passing on the data to Cambridge Analytica. It turned out that Kogan was working with GSR. Facebook claimed that the personal data of up to 87 million users, mostly in the United States, was obtained by GSR, Kogan illegally. Congressional hearings. During his two-day testimony, starting at the U.S. Senate Combined Judiciary and Commerce Committees, Zuckerberg appeared overprepared and ready to answer the most difficult questions that would be thrown at him. It never happened. I mean the throwing of hard and difficult questions. As usual, as it is common even here in the Philippines, the lawmakers asked questions, the answers of which they already knew, and sometimes even bordering on the inane. Chief digital writer Matthew Ingram of the Columbia Journalism Review wrote, some members of Congress clearly believe they confronted the arrogant young billionaire and asked him the tough questions, while many observers, especially those in Silicon Valley, saw Congress demonstrating its ignorance about how Facebook works on even a basic level, proving themselves to be completely unprepared to handle the problematic aspects of a giant social network. Married to a one-of-a-kind surveillance engine. Some of the questions may have been infantile, and some of the grandstanding amounted to a sideshow, as it so often does, but the hearing sent an obvious message, namely, that Congress thinks Facebook is up to something, even if it's not too sure what it is exactly, and they're willing to consider legislation to clean things up. Ingram continued. Government regulation. The role of government regulation is to provide protection to the society in general and particularly to its citizens. The desire to regulate comes in when crises occur, when something extraordinary happens, or when something too powerful threatens it. A Republican senator from Alaska queried Zuckerberg if Facebook was too powerful. Are you too powerful? And do you think you are too powerful? The senator asked. Zuckerberg didn't answer yes or no. This is a sure sign that government regulation will come soon. As of now, there is no comprehensive consolidated data protection law in the U.S. Data protection there is primarily regulated through a number of sector-specific federal laws and state laws. OME of the more prominent federal privacy laws include the following: Federal Trade Commission Act, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, and Electronic Communications Privacy Act. As one writer puts it, nothing annoys governments like being made to feel there is something more powerful than them. Here in the Philippines, our Data Privacy Act of 2012, Republic Act 10,173, took effect on September 8, 2012, but as of now we have not fully tested its regulatory capabilities. If and when a comprehensive legislation on data privacy becomes necessary, can we expect our lawmakers to craft a really functioning law? If the degree of information technology savviness, put it merely as knowledge, of our legislators are on the same plane as that of their U.S. counterparts, then we might be in for a great debacle. How can our lawmakers regulate the internet when in the first place they don't even seem to know the basics of the Internet of Things? allinsight.manilatimes@gmail.com, www.facebook.com/allinsight, Manila Times.